2018 is starting to wind down, and what a year it has been for the two Koreas. 3 inter-Korean summits, a sharp reduction in military tensions, and even a joint Olympic team along the way. Over the next week and a half or so, we're going to look back at the top 10 domestic and international stories of the year. We'll have one of each every day through New Year's Eve, but since today is the first day of these special reports, we're going to focus on 2 big stories that happened on the Korean Peninsula and 1 international story. We start with the remarkable steps to peace the two Koreas took over the past 12 months. Taking a look back for us is our Shin Se-min.
The leaders of South and North Korea shaking hands at the world's most heavily fortified border, the first such meeting in over a decade, signaling the start of a new era of peace. And the firm handshake and warm embrace between President Moon Jae-in and North Korean leader Kim Jong-un was just the first of 3 such meetings in 2018, with the two proving to early skeptics that they plan to keep their promises.
재임기 중에 북핵 문제를 해결하고 평화를 공고하게 하는 것이 저의 목표입니다.
무엇보다 북남 사이의 첨예한 군사적 긴장 상태를 완화하고 조선 반도의 평화적 환경부터 마련해야 합니다.
Backing their verbal pledges with action, the first summit produced the PANMUNJEOM Declaration, which assured the world that military conflict would never again scar the Korean Peninsula. It included working to officially bring an end to the Korean War, the opening of a liaison office in the North's border town of Kaesong, and allowing families separated during the war to meet again. The leaders also agreed to meet again and set up a direct hotline so they could hold candid discussions. And that's exactly what they did. On May 26th, President Moon held an impromptu meeting with the North Korean leader, this time to salvage another meeting, a summit between Kim Jong-un and U.S. President Donald Trump, scheduled for June 12th in Singapore. And after President Moon helped close the gap between the once archest of enemies, the leaders of Pyongyang and Washington had their first summit in history, where, among other things, Kim and Trump committed to work toward denuclearization as well as lasting peace and prosperity. A couple of months later, when working-level talks between the North and the U.S. seemed to have hit another wall, with President Trump canceling his top diplomat's trip to Pyongyang over the stalled nuclear talks, President Moon stepped in again as the mediator-in-chief. The 3 days President Moon spent in North Korea in mid-September resulted in the Pyongyang Declaration. It set off a wave of inter-Korean endeavors, joint economic projects on rail and roads, the dismantlement of DMZ guard posts by December, followed by mutual verification, and a reciprocal visit to Seoul by Kim at the earliest possible date. And of course, their personal relationship grew stronger, leading to the exchange of gifts like the finest North Korean mushrooms, juicy tangerines from Jeju Island, and even traditional Korean breeds of dogs. However, a handful of promises made by the two leaders have yet to be materialized, like a declaration on officially ending the war and Kim's visit to Seoul by year's end, in what would be the first ever visit to the South Korean capital by a North Korean leader since the peninsula was divided. Despite the undeniable progress made this year, maintaining friendly ties will remain a challenge in 2019. It's still unclear whether concessions will come from the North and the U.S. to grease the tracks toward denuclearization, but both Koreas seem firmly on track to cement a powerful reconditioning of relations on the Korean Peninsula. Shin Se-min, Arirang News.